Hello, family. You're welcome to this program. My name is Royal Nana Yaokusi, but out of love, you can call me Nana. Out of love, you can call me Edu Brazil. Out of love, you can call me Okudele. What is Okudele? I think it's a Nigerian word.
Okudele. Right? No, I don't know. You know, Nigeria has a lot of dialects.
Yeah, because I watched one Nigerian movie in which a guy was named Edu Brazil, Okudele, and they were like, the kind of character this guy is having, it's just similar to mine. So I was named after.
Oh, wow.
Like, my little boy started calling me Edu Brazil and all that.
Oh, God.
So one more time, you're welcome, and thank God we have one beautiful lady with us who happens to be a doctor, not just a doctor. We'll talk about the prefix of being a doctor, and also she happens to be a program host or a media personality in Germany. We happen to find ourselves in her studio right now as we do this discussion. So let's go straight to this beautiful lady and let's have a good short discussion. Then Royal Nana Yaokusi. Yabe pio moye Kumasi market. Aha no African Ghana papa Ghana Ghana papa no so body banchi Kobe mankenini na benya bi wasi. Na surprisingly no ne benya Sandiatu e wasi. Wono akasa tu na mo aba Kumasi market oba bididwa. Ma me mesa ne nti ono akasa ba Kumasi market. Na wa so ma se de wo yi siri na nsini eduru akire e wo Europe ase. Sandiatu akaba.
Ya me nua me joso.
Na pomo.
Poko yeda so ti adom na se.
Na wudi ne dia de to aso no.
Me din ankasa e Sandiato di Popochitos.
Di Popochitos na no wan riko ba wontimi emmo edin modu yie pa. Na Sandiato de na be ma wan kaso tutu na ma ba Kumasi market se oba bididwa.
Unua se wo am se Ghana fo edie. And the whole Europe so be benya Ghana aduane adidie. Agi se Kumasi market. Uyi ha ba bia ni hobiem.
Said we can we say a Europe party Kumasi market in Yano, we never be a bio. If you are the Benya Katoff, and also William the team, so that now. Aha, and then I council back or mom tire show singing or a Europe party because I'm going to see in the Germany part.
Oh, Papa, Mr. Chairman for Cabinet to go. Unia, Rebecca said, and Kuma will be free, but if you start working, no one.
Me Pachamino,
yesterday from Kumane Mammy.
Oh, Sana Nakakoya, Sandiato, and Kumano. Aha, say the Kumasi market you met it here. Atija. One more year inside on the better was for Yadasi. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I used to call you Miss Esther, but now Dr. Esther.
Oh, wow. I'm so flattered. Thank you.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
We bless God. Let's just quickly run into the whole program. Can you surely tell us a bit about yourself before we go on to other things?
Yes, okay. My name is Dr. Esther Samson Okaria. I'm originally from Nigeria.
Okay.
Akoko Edo. I was born in Kano in the northern Nigeria, so I speak Hausa.
That's right.
I speak Yoruba, but my dialect from Bendel, Etuno, I can't speak. But I speak a little bit of French. You know, I studied international relations in Nigeria before moving down to Germany.
You studied international relations?
Yes,
wow.
I studied international relations and strategic studies.
Wow.
And so I can say I'm a little bit of a diplomat.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And, you know, and I've been living in Germany for the past 10 years. I also schooled here again when I came. To be they call it Kaufmännischer Fremdsprache assistant, and that's like a certified commercial assistant with foreign languages. And I've been working in the corporate world for a while now. I work part-time. I have a son. I'm a single mom. And I also write books. That's my passion, an author. You know, I write different books from novellas to Christian books, but mainly on true life stories and experiences in order to help people learn something, you know, and guide them. And I also have a political book that I've written as well. And I love to moderate. You know, I have my talk shows I do on my Facebook platform, as well as the voluntary one I do on Nasem Radio.
Good. I'm believing from the accent you get to know she's really a Nigerian. She said, I'm an author. Yeah, a Ghanaian will say author. That's right. That is the same thing, more or less. You talked about having a degree in international relations
Yes.
before moving to Germany.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit about family.
Okay.
Let's talk a bit about Nigeria.
Yes.
Before your movement
Mhm.
to Germany, let's talk a bit about Nigeria. How was family situation like? Were you the quote unquote the rich type, the normal economic living type, the probably I want to travel to struggle that,
No,
that type?
no. I wasn't.
Let's-
I
let's-
wasn't.
let's talk a
I
bit about
wasn't.
family.
I thank God, I was blessed and to have grown up in a wealthy family.
Okay.
And you know, I was born with a silver spoon. I had a good life, but you know, in 1998, my parents separated when I was at a young age. So since then, you know, I was living with my grandmother, and then later I joined my father and my stepmom. So I did not want to, after university, when I was about finishing university, I did not want to live there again. You know, my aim was once I graduate is either I get a good job, I move out of the house, or I just get married. If I get married, then I leave the house and I can have my freedom.
So your purpose of leaving the house was just to have your freedom.
Exactly. Was
That is
just
why
to have
you
my
were
freedom.
choosing between getting yourself an
Exactly.
apartment, a house, or probably getting married.
Yes, exactly. And I think that was one of the worst mistake I made. You know, like getting married, and so I just got married to this guy. You know, I was working in Lagos then in the bank, and you know, after like 2 years of marriage, he wanted me to come to Germany, and so I came to Germany, and so I realized that it wasn't what I had hoped for. And you know, it was a marriage of physical abuse, emotional abuse, and so many things. And then I had my son, and so you know, the whole marriage ended by us being dumped at the Murtala Airport in Nigeria by my so-called ex-husband.
Wow.
And so that was where I had the inspiration to write my third book, Trials of a Woman. And so since then, that was how a new chapter of my life opened. And yes, we came back to, the German government helped us to come back to Germany. And so I started.
No, wait.
Again.
I'm beginning to love this part of the whole story. Let's go bit by bit.
Yes,
You got married because you wanted to have your freedom.
exactly.
And did you get married in Nigeria?
Yes, I got married in Nigeria. I got married at the law court. I got married also in the church.
Okay.
And then I was living in Nigeria while my ex-husband was living here in Germany. And I
Oh, he was already in Germany.
Yes, he
was
was
based
already in Germany,
So
yes.
you had to join him.
Yes, I
in
had
Germany.
to join him. I did not, because for 2 years I had been in Nigeria.
Whilst he was here.
Well, yes, but he wanted us to be a family.
Okay.
And so by the time I came back, I saw all the lies, all the cheating, and it wasn't. No, it was, this person was like, I'm sorry to say, like a monster, and I shouldn't have dived into this union, you know. But already, you know, as a Christian lady, you know, I thought I had to endure, you know, just maybe one day, and kept on praying and fasting, this person would change. But it wasn't, and I couldn't come out. I was trapped. And so what I would say, by him dumping me and my son in Nigeria, by deceiving us that we were going to show the baby to his mother, was like...
Which baby then? Your baby?
Yes, my son, who is now 9 years old.
Good, because you talked about marriage ending at Murtala International Airport. That
Yes.
happens to be
In
the
Lagos.
biggest airport in Lagos,
Yes.
right? Wait, you joined him in Germany,
Yes.
meaning you were not in Nigeria.
I wasn't in
So
Nigeria.
how come the whole marriage ended at the Murtala
Yes, because
International Airport?
he had been, actually we've been having a lot of problems, you know, with the cheating and all that, you know, and also infidelity, like it's still the same, the infidelity, having children out of wedlock in the marriage,
Whoa.
you know, but I kept on forgiving because I felt, okay, it's all about
All
forgiving.
this happened whilst you people were together.
While we were together.
Not
you know,
before?
Not before. And I just felt, okay, you know, I kept on forgiving, and he's always like, it's a devil, it's a mistake, it's that, you know, and also the physical abuse, the beating, and things like that, you know, because the person I was married to is a violent person, you know, and so I just thought, okay, I can't come out of these things. You know, I was quite young, the age gap is quite much, and, you know, and every time I was being told that, you know, I have married him, he tells me that no, even if I'm able to go, nobody will ever want me, because now I'm like a second hand. So things like that, you know. So when people tell you things like that, and that's where a lot of women and men face in certain relationships, because you get victimized. People say they tell you certain words, especially if you are married to narcissists.
Wow.
And then you begin to believe. They tell you every day you are useless, and by the time you wake up after like hearing that for 1 year, you feel you are useless. And so this was what it was, and I couldn't come out. And so my saving grace was taking me to Nigeria, saying, you know what, deceiving me that we're going to show the child to his mother, and then abandoning. There was a chaotic situation there, and then abandoning me and the child, running out with our papers and all. And so...
Wait. He took you guys to Nigeria.
Of course.
And took your documents from you.
Of course.
And had to run away with your documents.
Yes. So that
you get stuck in Nigeria.
Yes, we're stuck there. We're stuck. I can remember clearly, I had just €1 then. That was 2012. That day is on the 16th of April. I can't forget.
You can never forget something like this.
Yes, I had just €1, equivalent of 200 naira then in my pocket. And I remember there was a man of God who called me while my mom was, because my mom was living in like about 9 hours away. Okay. My dad wasn't talking to me again because he told me that he didn't want anything to do with me again because of this decision I made to go.
That means he didn't even give you his consent.
He didn't even give me his consent, yes. So that was, so to cut the long story short, I'm just, you know, so that was my saving grace. It was a terrible situation, a terrible blow, you know, just all I thought was, you know what, am I going to sell my body to like feed my child? Now who will help me? And I remember then at the airport, you know, I tried committing suicide. When the police officers came and they said, Madam, we're sorry, he has escaped. We're going to try to contact Interpol. I was outside. There is this place at the Lagos where if you look down, it's kind of deep, and if you fall, you won't survive. And I remember I was carrying my baby on my back, and I wanted to jump.
You wanted, with your baby?
Yes, it was the policeman behind me who was fast. He noticed, and he pulled the wrapper, and we fell on the ground.
Wow. That means you made the attempt.
I made the attempt. I had lost my faith. That's why, you know, I'm so passionate about bringing so much truth to people and telling them, you know what, don't let anybody to destroy your life. Don't let your past destroy your future. Guess what? You are alive. You can start again. Because I fell deep. I fell, even when I came back to Nigeria, to Germany, when the German government helped us to come back, you know, I was in the women's home. I was so poor. I don't have anything. This is a child of a millionaire who is suffering, begging for Pampers, you know, and so many things. But you know, when I look back, it's a different story today, and I thank God, because where man thought they have destroyed my life, you know, God uplifted me, and He will continue, and He's using my work to transform other people so that they will also. That's why I'm so passionate about people making the right choice when it comes to relationship or marriage, because it is not something that you just dive into because of you having some hormones that are moving in your body and feeling some kind of way. Yeah, it's more than that. It's deep.
Ah ouais là, aujourd'hui c'est la fête. On va gâter le coin, Kiobit, on y va. Tout le monde est présenté, vos chauffeurs s'il vous plaît, voici votre SK original, Nana Boro, on va gâter le coin.
Hey Raya! Mama. Ah, y'a des veggies au mama.
Aiko, yimi enti na otu bia baje mensikate ntuko kana kwa faga na konyu na abreme no na se ahaya na oba
menu ya nyabotre
famisi kame
nyabotre
he
kuma seg market to ko fa Ghana na nka so de oba Germany na city Ghana bibi na se pese me sanko Ghana nnuane na he de central market de o makola odini na aba ha Ghana bibi bo aduane a pena me fama
mama bayre enyeni bode enyeni bankumex enyeni kobi enyeni wedi ebia unya bi afoto yiwa enyeni hey gari ene kuma market aha ni wedi
ana dream many boys say besi down here come up ya bedroom boss on a sentim bang we say
You see, if you had killed yourself, what would you have gained by now?
I would have gone to hell.
You are the one motivating people
And
now.
I would have
People are
killed
taking something from you.
and I would have killed my son.
The innocent boy.
You know?
So have you tried to contact your father again since he didn't give you his consent?
Yes, I have been. Even after the marriage, I kept on sending my dad messages, you know. He even told me I should write a long letter of apology.
Like the prodigal daughter. Okay.
So I did that, you know. I often call him. We're no longer close like before, but once in a while, especially during festive period, I always call to check on him. I hope you're fine, just wishing you a wonderful Christmas. But I still have a stronger relationship with my mom. My mom and I will run a small foundation, you know, in Nigeria. We help widows. We also do some little charity work in India with another pastor. So I just thank God. I just thank God for what He's doing.
Wow. I had wanted to ask about challenges, but I think this is a greater challenge that I need not to ask of any other challenge.
There's always challenge. There's always challenge to face. At every phase of your life, there's always challenge.
Okay.
You know, and I just explained even when I came back to Germany, the challenge of starting again, the challenge of people ridiculing you. Even when I remember already as I came to Germany, everybody, I was at fault. Nobody wanted to know the truth.
No.
The truth.
That is mostly our
truth,
problem.
yes, that's our problem. Nobody wanted
what we
to,
hear is what we base
yes,
on.
and you know the girl is she's ungrateful. They brought her to Germany, and now look at what she has done. She has misbehaved. She's just fine for rubbish, no character. She's a witch. This, you know, and this is. But I thank God. After so many years, God began to vindicate me, you know, and began to show people that this is who this person is.
The devil will never go unpunished.
Amen.
Let's come back to Europe. Okay, so your husband took your documents more or less and escaped with your documents. So you people were stuck in Nigeria, and by the help of the German government, you came back, and you had to go through a lot of stress process and all that just to take care of the baby and yourself and all that. Now you are now an author, and I say author, out of which you've earned for yourself a doctorate. Anna. Let me ask this question. Most Africans do have the resources. Most Africans are really creative enough, especially I mean those in this very diaspora. But to get into business, to establish businesses, most of the time they do listen to friends, they do listen to what others say before they think of indulging into something of that sort. And most people end up being reluctant and drawing back from establishing these businesses. But those that are doing business are really going on well. And these businesses can also help other Africans who do not have jobs. What is going to be your words to these people with the creative minds, with the finances to establish things on their own, but yet being reluctant due to what people tell them?
What I would say for those creative minds, number one, your friends. You should always differentiate. Your friends are not experts. If your friend is a business expert, then go to that friend and say, you know what, I want to pay you a particular amount of money, and I need your expertise on a particular business I want to do. You know, I need us to brainstorm, have brainstorming sessions, establish these ideas, perhaps even write business plans. But don't go to people who are just normal friends to ask them for advice, because number one, these people have had negative experience. And so it's only the negative experience they will tell you. And this will deter you from going into that business. Because business is not easy. Nothing is easy, but you have to make the move. You have to be determined. You have to be disciplined. Define what you want to do. Have your focus. You have to be ready to pay for services. And so it's okay to seek the help of a business expert. It's okay, for example, most people don't know that in Germany here, the Arbeitsveragentur, if you have a good business plan, or the Wirtschaftsförderung, they call it Wirtschaftsförderung, if you have a good business plan, they will give you loan. You don't even have to go to the bank. They will give you a loan, and they will help you, okay, start this thing, and let us see how it's going to function. And when you start, the first thing shouldn't be profit, because the first stage, you need to invest. You need to invest in what you are doing before maybe later develop your things, bring good quality, before later you now start seeing your profits and things like that. So it's very important that to those Africans listening to me, if they have a great concept, no idea is terrible. If you have a great concept, why not? First of all, you need to put it down in paper and seek the help of an expert. If you have a fellow African that you know that is a business expert, go to them. Don't go to your friend, because your friend will only tell you, hey, don't do it, just look for 8 hours job. While you know that perhaps if you had done it, you will succeed.
One more thing, you know, with our Africans having their own businesses here,
Yes.
you know, when their fellow Africans go there to patronize their items, they try to negotiate prices with them,
Yes.
especially when they know we have fixed prices for particular items. They try to negotiate with them, but they don't do likewise with the foreigners.
Yes, that is why it all has to do with the familiarity. You need to, just like the foreigners, you need to have strict rules and regulations in you, because one thing that most Africans don't understand is, and it's just our environment, because even in Africa, we don't have structure. It's now that you see some African countries are beginning to learn and bring structure into all they do. We need good structure and we need regulations. You have to also put it in your shop. There is no credit here. It's you pay when you have money, buy when you have money. Write it there in your language. Buy when you have money. Because you will not go to Aldi and you go and negotiate. They'll tell you, rouse here.
That's right. But we did our own.
Yes. So you
people.
need to. You don't say, oh, if I don't negotiate, they won't come tomorrow. No, you need to. Many of them will get angry. They won't come 1 week, they won't come 2 weeks. But if they see, because people like to push you to do it, but when they see that you are firm with your rules, no credit is no credit. They will tell you, oh, yes, that man, he has lovely things, but I will go. You know, sometimes he will tell you no credit, but I just have to purchase from him. Because you stick to your rules and regulations. And people will know this person is principled, and yes, that is how his law is. They will tell you, you know, he's a white man in black skin. Let them say. But you know that you have your structure, your firm's rules, and whoever wants to buy from you will purchase. Don't be afraid that people will leave. Do your marketing well. The right customers will come and buy your goods.
The right customers will come and buy your goods. Just do what you are doing and do it right. So, I am a lady. I am a gentleman in Africa. And I have the passion, I have the zeal to travel outside Africa, purposely for greener pastures.
Yes.
Regardless of the fact that I have something good doing in Africa, regardless of the fact that I have good certificates that I can get good jobs doing, what would be your advice to me or to any other person that might be in this situation?
Oh, number one, I'll ask you, what are you coming here to do? What's your perspective? Are you coming here because you feel there is money on the tree? Are you coming here because you feel or you have a better job offer? If you have a better job offer, fine. Then take the leap of faith. But if you feel you are coming here because of someone told you that they give you free money, like the social welfare, then I'll tell you, please sleep over that thought, because that is a terrible thought to do. If you come here, number one, you are going to feel like a loser, because then every time you are under this social welfare, and then you're not confident. You're always having fears of maybe they are going to cut your money or things like that. So why? What is making you run out of the Africa country? I'm always telling people that, you know, why are you running? Yes, we know that we don't have certain amenities. But guess what? If you have a good job and if you can contribute to doing something for the lives of youth with your job, why don't you stay and help to use your job or your business to create more employment, to better the environment, instead of coming here to this place and selling your knowledge to the white people?
That is very, very powerful. And I hope our fellow Africans do take this, because most people will be like, if Europe is not as good as people used to say, why don't you all get back to Africa? Then we all say,
if there is an offer, I will go back. If God wants me to go back, and if there is an offer, I will go back. It's just that my son might not want that, because he might be like, there might not be constant light or things like that.
But even though experience is the best teacher, experience is the one that has witnessed the thing firsthand. But don't you think at a point in time it's good for others to also travel and have that experience themselves rather than we telling them or you telling them not to probably
Yes.
come because of the experience you've had?
That's the thing. If you try to deter someone and tell them, see, this Europe, we are there, we know how it is. For example, with the tax and all that, what it does to your money. If they keep on proving obstinate and they're like, I still want to come, let them come. Because see, if a child doesn't burn his hand on the fire, he doesn't know how painful it is.
Definitely.
Yes. The only thing is that I will beg them, don't go and sell everything and then come here and get hooked. Leave some properties so that if you come here and you feel life is not good, you go back. There was a guy who came here many years ago, and I think he had this big farm. I don't know what he was producing, maybe palm oil or something. And after some years, when he saw that, you know what, this place is not just for me, he went back and he's a multi-millionaire now.
Wow.
Selling oil.
At least he
palm
had
oil
experience
to Indonesia. Yes. So you just have to have your plan A and plan B.
Before we round up the whole thing, because this aspect of your story, talking about being left at the airport
behind, part 2.
You were, I don't know how I'm even going to tackle this whole story. But being left behind at Murtala International Airport, that was. Far from that, is there any other experience you've had that made you wish you were not even in Germany at all? Like, you wish you were still with your dad or your parents by now?
I would say, let me see, I would say, yes, I would say when I was schooling again, it was tough, God, especially with my son. Sometimes I'll be at school, they'll call me, he's ill, I have to start running, and I couldn't understand the language. I was having a lot of stress, and I started having even high blood pressure, and I became ill. So I think all those times, and there was no help, no family. And so I think that was also a terrible time in my life. And so I would say during that time, during that time as well, that schooling part and, just trying to find my feet again. It was really tough. It was extremely tough.
Wow.
Yes, not having enough money, just had to struggle. And there was one time I was even cleaning, and I'll clean, and the guy that gave me the work to clean, I'll beg because I don't have anywhere to keep my son. So I'll just take my son on the carrier and be cleaning. And the white people in that house,
your back?
they'll be looking at me laughing. There was one of even the white old lady that would tell me, just give me the baby and then clean, because it's strange, but that is what suffering, when you fall down, that's what happened. You find yourself doing things and you're like, God. And sometimes then you wonder, and sometimes I just think, I say, God, if my dad could see me now, he would nod his head and be like, God, just look at what you turned your life into, But I thank God that God is turning it all over again, and that's what he does. Even when someone falls down, if you're ready to allow him in, he kind of starts building you up again. So I just thank God for the second chance at life, and I'm so grateful.
At least it's become a story that is really also motivating and educating other people.
Exactly.
Okay, so that they don't fall into this very same thing. So I've been here with Dr. No more miss, Dr. Esther Sampson Eucharia, and her story is really, really touching. We don't really do this interview or discussion simply because we want to do it, but we do it so that you'll be motivated, you'll be encouraged to also heed on, more or less. So as Africans are used to, they would always want to pick the negative sides of the whole thing we are doing. Then they try to base on that and be like, so this lady once went through this, That's what they mean. But they don't really take the good aspect of the whole thing and also try to help their lives with that. Let's hear from your side. What kind of advice would you give our Africans who always make it difficult, probably for their fellow brothers and sisters, when it comes to Europe? You were talking about somebody coming probably for greener pastures, and at the end of the day, like, people just want to be on their neck. You are ungrateful, you are that, you are that, you are that. Our unity.
Number one, I would say, if you help someone come to Europe, you are not their God.
Mm.
God just used you as a vessel to help them. Let it end there. They don't owe you anything. Stop this mentality of entitlement. I helped you. You have to be indebted to me forever.
Mm.
No. Number one, we're out of the slave trade. And if we say we want to stop slavitude, we must end it in us as well.
Mm.
You've helped this person, you've helped this person. Allow them be. Let them. And if they come back to you for more information, how do I begin life in Europe? Show them the right places. I'm not afraid to share information. I'm not afraid to help people, when they want to do this, do that. Because I believe if they are growing, then there is less competition in the African community. We are all growing and we are all happy for each other. I don't need to say, they call me and tell me, oh, I need this, I need that, how do I do this? And then I'm hiding everything because I don't want them to prosper.
Yeah, most people want their fellow brothers and sisters to be dependent solely on them.
No, that's what the white people did. We need to stop this character. And so we say we want freedom in the African continent. We don't make people to be dependent on us. We have to teach them, add value to their life, so that they begin to do things on their own, and then they begin to impact other lives as well. And so that is how it goes. The circle goes, the circle goes, the circle goes, and then everybody in the community is free and successful.
Good. I've been speaking with Dr. Is it Mrs.?
Doctor, I'm not married.
She's single. She's single. I didn't really want to promote that aspect of her life, but she's
please
single.
promote it too.
So
I don't want to live my life alone.
she's available. In fact, she's single, free, and searching. So
No, I'm
thank
not
you.
searching. The right person will find me.
Most definitely
Because-
through this medium. Thank you very much for your time. I don't know if you have any special words you want to give to our viewers, and probably if there is one or there, more or less there are one or two people you want to say hello to before we end the whole program.
I just want to say that to our viewers, I don't know where you've fallen and I don't know where you've hurt yourself. All I just want to tell you is that you are alive, and that shows that it's a second chance to start again. Although you might not have all the tools, you might not have all the answers, but you have you. Look within. And if you are someone who you are not a believer, but you believe in God, start there. Pray. Get insight. Don't be afraid to ask questions. See, when you ask questions, especially you go to the right people, you will find the desired answers.
When you go to the right people, you'll find the desired answers. My name is Royal Nana Yakusi. God bless you for watching. And keep always to this channel. Keep always to this very channel, because we have more inciting and educative discussions and interviews for you. God bless you and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.